Hi, this is Preeti Shinde. According to the given requirements, I came up with three design patterns. One is a creational design pattern, factory method. Next is a proxy method, which is behavioral design pattern. And the third one is the MVC pattern, which is architectural design pattern. In factory design pattern, I came up with these classes, that is Spanish translator, Japanese translator, and French translator, which inherits from the abstract class translator. And then I have a simple factory called translator factory. So if in future there is a requirement of adding one more language to the application, I will have to add another language translator, and rest of the code remains the same. Next pattern is the proxy pattern. The requirement was such that if the word is found in the local dictionary, we need to display the word from the local dictionary. If we do not find it in the local dictionary, we have to search it over the web. So I created two classes, that is a local proxy search, which contains the reference of web search, and local proxy search acts as a proxy. If we find the data in the local dictionary, the the request is not forwarded to the web search, or else it will be forwarded. Next is the MVC pattern. In MVC pattern, I have a translator servlet which acts as my controller. The view is the JSP, which will be where the data will be actually displayed, and the model is the dictionary Pojo class, which is directly representing the database table. So in the database table, I have word, meanings, and audio URL. So the request is first forwarded from view to the controller. The controller then forwards the request, processes the request, and updates the model, that is dictionary, and that updated version is again forwarded to the view, that is index.jsp. So this is a French sentence which says I love to travel. What I will do is, in my local dictionary I have word love, so I'll delete this. So currently in my local database I don't have a word called love. I click on translate. These are the translated words. So if I click on love, I get the meaning. This meaning is directly searched through web, and the sound is downloaded. Click of audio, voice translation of the word. Next goes the same way. So now if I check into the database, the application has actually looked into the local database. It did not find that word, so it forwarded the request to the web, and then over the web it returns the meaning and also adds the word to the local database. So I'll get the word again in my database. So this is what I got again. Next, I will add a random word which is not there in my local database and click on translate. So this is the button in red color which indicates that there is no such word in the local database as well as web search. On click of it, I can add the meaning. It says submitted successfully. Now when I again search, I get a blue button again, which gets the data from the database. On click of it, I get the meaning which I manually entered into the database, and there is no audio since we did not record any audio. Now let's have a look at the code. In I have a controller called translator servlet where I get the requested sentence which needs to be translated. Then with the help of factory translator objects are created depending on the form language. If the language is French, then French translator is created. If it's Spanish, then Spanish translator, else the Japanese translator. If I need to add a new translator, I'll have to add a code over here and create the language specific translator. So once I click on the French translator, I actually call the translator engine and pass the from language and to language and get the translated sentence. The init method actually contains the translator engine details where I pass the client ID and the secret key. I have used Microsoft for the translator translation. Next is the proxy pattern. I have abstract class search, which has method get definition and audio. Then I have local proxy search, which has a reference of web search, that is the real object, and this is the proxy object. So if I'll try to get the what this application does is it tries to get it from the local database. If the word exists, it sets the meaning. If there is if the meaning is not found, it creates the instance of the real object and calls the method of the real object, which in turn calls the online web dictionary to get the meaning and get the and it then saves the audio and the word into the local dictionary. So this is the model, that is dictionary, which exactly represents the table. Thank you.